Hey, what's going on YouTube? Happy New Year to y'all. Hope everybody's having a great New Year. It's been a while since we posted a video, probably about 4 or 5 months or so. Last time I did a video, I think I had just shaved my beard and I'm just now growing it back. So the reason why it's been a while, life got in the way between work, school. We bought a new house and we're in the process of getting rid of our old house, and we closed on the house last month. Well, anyway, I'm real excited for 2020. We're looking at growing the channel and the business and bring you good content. So to start with 2020, we're going to take a look at the Springfield Hellcat. I know we're a little late to this. I've had this gun for about a month or so, and there's probably a couple hundred videos out there. But I'm not going to waste your time and do a super in-depth review or doing an unboxing of this gun. What I do want you guys to know is that all the comments, shooting impressions, all this stuff is real. They're not paid for. Just to remind you guys, we're a small channel with no sponsors. Any gun that you see so far are part of my personal collection. And also remember to take what I say how you want and make your own determination. I'm no firearms expert and I don't claim to be one. I'm just a guy talking on YouTube that owns a lot of guns. So let's start it off. We all know that the Hellcat is Springfield's answer to the 6-hour P365 and the Glock 43X. The Hellcat boasts 11+1 round capacity with its flush magazine and a 13+ round capacity with its extended magazine. Springfield claims that the Hellcat is the highest capacity 9mm micro compact in the world right now. So let's go ahead and move over to the table and take a look and discuss this gun and some shooting impressions. Before we get started, we're going to safety check the firearm and make sure that it doesn't go boom when it's not supposed to. So, empty magazine, no brass, no ammo, drill sergeant. It's not an unboxing, but this is what you get when you buy one. You get a nice cardboard box with a pretty nice carrying case on the inside. And you also get a 13-round magazine and an 11-round magazine that comes along with it. So when I bought the gun, I bought a second 13-round magazine, and I believe I paid $39 for it. The Hellcat is a polymer frame, striker-fired gun with an overall length of just 6 inches. It has a barrel length of 3 inches, and the gun is about 4 inches tall with this flush magazine, and 4.5 inches with the extended magazine. It's just about 1 inch thick and weighs less than 19 ounces unloaded. It's a gun so small and light that it can be concealed easily and worn comfortably without effort. So I have the non-OSP model, and I bought it right when it dropped. I did have a little difficulty finding a holster for it. I ended up finding this holster on Amazon, I believe. But I think that issue is cleared up a little bit. Now, the overall look of the gun isn't that bad. All right, you get a black melanite finish on this billet steel slide, and the gun has a front and rear side serrations. The rear slide serrations go all the way up and around the gun, and the captive guide rod has an interesting texture on the front of it, right? So that texture right there kind of mirrors the texture or the stippling on the frame of the gun. I believe that that's intended to be used to be a standoff device to keep the gun in battery if you have to use it in that matter. So takedown is pretty simple. It's just like any Springfield. Again, no brass, no ammo. So the Hellcat uses a steel subframe pinned to the polymer grip frame. The dual recoil spring system gives the gun the spring mass needed for reliable cycling. There's no spring-to-spring contact with this design, and its capture spring design makes disassembly and reassembly easy. Now, through the magic of editing, the gun is back together. According to Springfield Armory, the sights are a tritium U-dot that gives the ability to quickly locate your front sight. Is crucial for fast and reliable shot placement. The Hellcat features a highly visible tritium and luminescent front sight paired with a tactical rack U-dot rear sight for easy target acquisition in all lighting conditions. The sights appear to be metal and have a Glockish white contrast on the rear sights. Now let's talk about grip texture. The Hellcat has what is called an adaptive grip texture. Supposedly, the custom pressure activated grip texture on the Hellcat frame features a pattern of staggered pyramid shapes. The taller pyramids have a flattened top to ensure comfort in the waistband and minimal wear on the clothing. The shorter pyramid comes to a point and locks into your hand for secure hold when gripping the pistol firmly. Now, I'll get to the real world experience when I get to my review. The closest competitor to this gun is the SIG P365. If you look at the stats, you can tell that these guns are pretty close in dimensions. Again, the Hellcat has a height of 4 inches and a width of 1 inch and overall length of 6 inches. The barrel is 3 inches and the Hellcat weighs approximately 19 ounces unloaded. As for the P365, like we all know, they hold 10+1 rounds with a flush magazine and 12+1 rounds with extended magazines. But SIG has upped the stakes by offering the 15-round magazines from the XL for 15+1 capacity. So your SIG P365 is 3.1 inches, has an overall length of 5.8 inches, overall width of 1 inch, a height of 4.3 to 5.5 inches, depending on the magazine, and a weight of 17.8 ounces unloaded. Sights on the SIG are your SIG famous X-Ray 3 night sights, which are phenomenal, which are some of my favorite sights. The P365 MSRPs for $599, but can be had around $550, $499, depending on where you buy it from. So the MSRP for the Hellcat is $569. The micro compact 9mm OSP retails for $599, and I believe I paid $550 for this example here, but I've seen them as low as the non-OSP models. I've seen them as low as $499. Lining them up side by side. All right, so you can see how real close in dimensions these guns are lined up side by side. You know, they're very, very similar in dimensions. And I think both of them are both good options for the growing micro super compact concealed carry movement that's going on right now. So this isn't a comparison video, so I'm going to just shift the focus back into the Hellcat. But however, eventually I'm going to go ahead and make an actual comparison video of these real soon. So we're going to take a look at the trigger. All right, again, the gun is unloaded. No brass, no ammo, drill sergeant. The Hellcat uses a flat trigger shoe with a blade, trigger safety, and a mechanical striker block that prevents the inertial type discharges. The trigger is basically a traditional Springfield trigger, but it's just flat. All right, so here is your take up, which isn't too bad. Then you hit a definitive wall with a crisp break, and the reset isn't too short, but it's not too long. So it's just about right for a standard trigger. So let's pull out the lineman's test gauge and see what the trigger pull is. So the first trigger pull weight on this gun is, this one is 5 pounds, 3.9 ounces. Second trigger pull will be 5 pounds, 14.7 ounces. So your third trigger pull will be this one came out to 6 pounds, 3.2 ounces. All right, my shooting impressions are, I recently took the gun to the range. I had the gun for about a month or so before that point and didn't really get a chance to fire it. I want y'all to remember I'm a big guy with big ass Marshall hands, and I want you guys to remember that my experience may vary from yours. In my personal opinion, I believe that for most people, the gun is a winner. Adding an increased micro compact with 12 to 14 round capacity is an amazing feat. I think that the trigger is pretty nice. Its take up and crisp break are actually pretty good. I'm a real fan of the front sights only, but I believe these are similar to True Glows. The cockless serrations provide good grip and texture, and gripping the gun, you can get a really high purchase on the gun. And firing it actually is pretty good. It has some pop to it, but that's normal for a 3-inch barreled gun. The recoil system is supposed to minimize the recoil, but it just feels like a normal micro compact muzzle flip. I shot 115 grain Winchester white box, Remington UMC, and Winchester steel casing. I was out about 7 yards and put about 300 rounds through the gun with no malfunctions. My buddy Andrew, who's a big Springfield fan, actually loved the gun.
Picture?
Oh man.
So what you think? You like it?
Yeah.
As for the bad, I didn't have a great time shooting the gun. 2 reasons. The adaptive grip texture, which again has a custom pressure activated grip texture pattern for a staggered pyramid shape, to me it felt slippery. There is texture there, but it's not aggressive enough to me to be worthy of saying it's a good grip texture. Next, I didn't have a great time shooting the gun because of my pinky. All right, so I used the 13 round magazine, and whenever I fired, right, as much high as the pressure I tried to get, my pinky finger kept slipping right there. And that was every shot I fired that happened. I personally didn't like that, right? So I didn't think that this gun, in that aspect, made me feel that it was good for me. Now, for somebody else, it might be good for them. And this might be due because the 13 round magazine is a little bit shorter than what I expected. It also has an angle right here that makes your finger fall off when it's gripped. Maybe when the 15 round magazine comes out, it might grip a little better. On another note, I'm not a fan of the outline of the rear sights. All right, it's kind of Glockish, and most of us usually change those out for different sights. So now that we discussed this, let's move back up and close this video. Overall, I think this gun provides a great alternative to micro subs already out there. However, for me, this gun's not for me. In my opinion, if I had smaller hands or a bigger magazine to grip, that would kind of like sway me into liking it a little bit more. I really do want to give this gun a chance, and I really like the concept of high capacity micro compacts. There are situations where you want to carry small, like during the summertime with shorts and a t-shirt, or wearing gym clothes, or even formal attire. We can't always carry hand cannons like 1911s or Glock 21. Sometimes it's just perfect to carry this little small gun. But right now I'm kind of thinking about getting rid of it. But my wife is getting into shooting, and with her little baby hands, this might feel good to her. She's already kind of gravitated to my Glock 43. So we'll see. Thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate all the support we have gotten on the channel so far. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe below, and have a happy new year, and God bless.